Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. Um, I just wake up from this nastiness and made me dream and made me imagine some of the most disgusting things. A baby's private area. Then you hear this perps contracted to break you down with these pedophilia ways of thinking to try to disorient you. Can you imagine that their life consists of making people imagine children's private area? In this case, an actual infant, an infant girl. It's so nasty. And to try to create this disgusting pedophilia reaction. As a matter of fact, you know how they try to counter. They're like, oh, but you remember you saw the private area when you saw some baby being washed once. So what? These low life are just trash. And then they try to say, oh, no, you molest. Like, no, actually, you molest. They use this technology to sexually torture children. They harms kids as young as 3 years old sexually. Matter of fact, there's this thing when I hear a testimony about this woman talking about how she saw her 3-year-old student, or even a 4-year-old and 5-year-old and a 7-year-old student, where they are hurt. They grab their genitals because they're in pain and look up and say, ow. They start changing it. Oh, it's owie. And now they're like, no, it's ooey. So molesting children using technology that can do these kind of things is what they do, and they're part of that. And they start coming up with different story because with me and with a lot of talking fish, they try to make itself be something else. It's not channel. Like they come up with this most clown-like storyline they want me to accept. Obviously, I know this is a governmental program that use human subjects as test subjects to develop this technology. And this human subject consists of children too. And then implement these disturbing tactics, inclusive of molesting children. Now you've heard what they do to women's genitals, so can you imagine that applied to children? And so for us, it's just forcing us to imagine some of the most disgusting pedophilia things. Just randomly make me imagine a baby's genital. Infants, and then they started talking to you via V2K, and using this tonality they try to use to minimize the fact that these people are low-life pedophiles. But you've been validated that there's a problem with pedophilia with these agencies running this program. Now, like I said, with me, they try to make you believe that this is like our money. We're doing this. This is a channel. We're trying to. You paying that for it. The truth is, they work for governmental entity such as DoD. The DoD has had a track record of pedophilia issues, consisting to the point where there was a ranking for the amount of trafficking of child porn. There was so much that they were ranked 19th out of 2,900. Out of all, in the 2,900, like as I mentioned, this is the computer networks in the United States. There's 2,900 or so. They were 19th, specifically, not for the speed of the internet. No, for the trafficking of child porn. Those are the entities running this program. This low life here have these tactics of forcing people to imagine, think about kids in a sexual way, or just randomly make you imagine the child's genital area, and then try to make you accept this thing. It's so disgusting. Oh, but that's the life that they do. That's the life that is what they do, and that's their life currently. And when they make you experience that, it's like, now you are, and they try to sound mistakeful too. With me, because I am able to articulate what I hear them, and articulate the obvious issues that they have, articulate the issues that this entity have, articulate the way they try to act this way. We talk about some childlike trash that have been groomed in these pedophilia ways. I'm supposed at this point I'm no longer agitated, but to hear some childlike person who has very weak mental stability telling you kill yourself, knowing that this person saying that 0.25 second will break down with a quarter of a third of what they're doing to me. But listen to this fake fierceness that they create while interacting with you, and you gotta understand they find in empowerment. And kill yourself. This is how they sound like. It's like, girls. Can you imagine? After making you imagine the private part of a baby. Working for governmental entities that are ranked 19th out of 2,900 for trafficking child porn in regard of network. Renowned to manipulate the thoughts of a man or woman to think about children in a sexual way. It's so nasty. They keep making me imagine a child's private part, and infants. And by the way, it's a little bit exaggerated in certain disturbing ways. So nasty. So disgusting. Oh, God. But that's what they do. And every time they make me imagine this, they like, kill yourself. Can you imagine that's your life? The truth is, doing what they do could be, let's just say that, could push somebody to look at themselves in a way where they might just think about suicide a little bit. And for me, I articulate properly because, they want you to identify with this. Oh my gosh, with you, it might be you. They really want you to identify with this. Target individual, they have forced people to imagine some of the most disturbing things. A lot of it is pedophilia centric. When I see them, I've called one of them a pedophile. And that was before I knew that there were these people working for governmental entities that were so pedophilia centric. They are low life nasty. Today we're seeing them. It takes everything in me to not react a certain way. Because they're very mean. They're not only mean to me, but to babies, to toddlers, to women. And they're also mean in the way they make us think. So when I see this trash, it's like, So to all my target individuals, stay strong. These mean low-life pedophiles are just the bottom feeders. And you could have been living the life they live. Find empowerment and start talking about kill yourself. Well, after you just participating in manipulating somebody to imagine a child private area. Like I said, death comes to all of us. I would have died this way.